Well, according to Keith Lee, I mean, he was pretty much
there
lined
was,
up with what Tamar was saying.
well, what did Tamar say? Let's take a look.
Here we go. Wait, hold on. Where is it? I just had it.
There it
Nobody
is.
has yet to say how nasty old lady gang is. Nobody. Why? And that is a known thing here in Atlanta. Like it's something like nobody is saying, "Yo, where we going to go eat? Bitch, let's go to old lady gang." Who? Oh, bitch, that steak from Blaze was banging. What's the name of the person? Where they at? Now let's just be honest. Are we being honest? Is we everybody got their head down. Is everybody y'all scared too? Listen, because I'm just being honest. This is what the premise of the show is. Now y'all done read She by Sheree. The lady done called the girl Sheen by Sheree. The lady done dragged that lady till her wig came unglued on the side. Okay? But nobody said how terrible the service is at Old Lady Gang. And if your food come out cold, you got to pay for it anyway. And if your food is wrong, you got to pay for it anyway.
She said the service.
But she also said the food wasn't good. She said nobody ever says, "Ooh, the food was banging."
I'm going to see.
Okay.
Because I'm a fat girl.
And I want to hear what you honestly think.
I'm going to go see.
But see, here's the thing. I know you'll tell me what you honestly think, but I want you to tell me on here. I'll just play it.
I'll do it.
Okay.
I'll do it.
And I'm gonna tell you if this bitch is being honest or not. Now listen, I do want to spin the block though on Tamar. We know that the video is old. We already know. My thing is this, and maybe this was before Tamar's healed era, because you know she goes through her transformation.
She does.
Right. What was she calling her thing? It was something she was going through recently. She was calling it something. But at any rate, you know, she's very sensitive. And so I was just shocked when I saw this because, again, I had never seen it.
You thought that was new?
I thought it was recent because it was just all over on the social media.
But that's how they're messy.
Correct.
They're messy and they try to, keep things certain. And I do think that, like, listen, they pull up old videos of me doing stuff or whatever.
Right.
Like, a bunch of old videos and shit that I got.
Under construction. That's what she was saying.
Yeah. Yeah, I was on her podcast too.
Yeah.
It was really good. It was a really good episode.
Yeah.
Please watch that. So my thing is like, I'm a victim of old videos that come up, like, and people are like tagging me on the shit that happened 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Like 10 years ago, like, I mean, a decade ago. And then some people will title it, "This happened in 2019." And then some people are like really, trying to come down on me about stuff like that. We are allowed to have moments. Hello.
That's true. I'm just simply saying,
but we are because
that's true,
because this is a part of shit that I go through.
Correct.
So we are allowed to have moments, and we are allowed to say some shit and be like, "Ooh,"
But we got to be able to accept it when people do that to us.
Yes.
And what I'm saying is, and I love Tamar, but if we were friends in real life, we have a rapport. But if we were friends in real life, I would be this honest with her because my philosophy is, we can't be friends if I can't be honest with you. And she got some faggy friends.
Yes.
Most of her friends are faggy.
I'm one of her faggy friends.
But I just think that somebody should have said, "No, hold on, niece," because you real sensitive. And if Candy came on social media saying something about your music or da-da-da.
Okay, so let me be devil's advocate here.
Okay.
We don't know what they have been going through at the time. We don't know. We don't know. Bitch, I go through shit with motherfucking hoes and shit like that. We don't know.
So what I hear you saying is that gives her license.
No, I don't think it gives her license, but I don't know. Listen, you can't hit somebody and tell them how to respond.
True.
We don't know where she was hit at, and I'm not taking up for
No, I hear you.
We don't know. There's the shit that go on in this world the shit that we don't fucking know.
Right.
We don't know.
Right.
Bitch, a chick will pop up over there and you subbing me.
Yeah.
And a bitch probably saying, "Well, Greg is subbing TS." They don't know what I did. If I gut punched you somewhere, they don't know this.
Well, I will say this, devil's advocate once again. We know that Tamar also has a history of taking to social media and airing things out. We've seen her do it with her family. We've seen her do it in that relationship with that white man. We've seen her do it with her team, like those stylists, some stylists that she used to work with.
But again, devil's advocate.
Okay.
Again, sometimes you might have to get ahead of the story.
So there's always a story for her to get ahead of.
It could be.
Okay.
Craig, you're just hold on.
No, I'm just asking.
I know, because I just want to let you. I want to tap you on your shoulder a little bit.
Tap me.
You're just now coming into your stardom.
Oh, stop. Okay,
no,
I'm listening.
You know, you're just now coming into your stardom, and you don't know, like you have long ways to go in this.
I'm listening.
And there are girls that will motherfucking try to turn it on your top. That you got to be like, all right, let me motherfucking get ahead of this, or let me motherfucking explain, bitch.
That slew-footed motherfucker that sits over there with that girl that you talk about all the time with the sour box.
I
don't even address him. I don't know his name. There've been plenty of people that have said things about me. That other child that
but we're talking about those girls that are in the circle. There's a lot, because you pointed out in context, you said that's in her circle that she done came for, that she done said.
Oh, true.
You said that was the
okay. That is the caveat.
The context of what you
okay.
What you
okay,
said
you're right.
And so
I'm you're saying if somebody in our orbit comes out all of a sudden and starts saying, "Oh, Craig, this, da 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 da,"
or you like to get ahead of it and be like, "Girl, that night we was behind at the store, I cussed that hoe out."
Mm-hmm.
You know. So some shit, you don't know what goes on behind the scene. You don't know with either party.
Okay. But what I'm saying is, it just seems like there's always something going on.
As a star, that it is.
Well, I don't see a lot of other stars going through stuff like this all the time.
Well,
what?
Well,
one more time.
Well.
Okay, I'm gonna leave it alone.
I'm just saying.
Yeah. I feel you.
Like I can't be over here on this side of the thing putting nail. That girl is my friend, and I can't be over here saying this and the other. Like I don't know the behind the scenes of shit that be going on there. As a star, bitch, you don't want to say nothing about. There's times you don't want to say shit about, and then it's time you be like, let me just go ahead and address this.
Right.
Before this bitch come out with this elaborated story.
And to your point, I have not had that happen. But I'm going to go back to what my grandmother used to tell me. She used to say, let me tell you something. If you close your mouth, eventually they will shut up, because a bitch can't argue by themselves.
That is correct. But however, there are things that you need to put, there are things that you have to get in front of.
That's true. Now, I don't know if this was something that she needed to get in front of.
I don't know about them. I'm just saying there are things
that
you have to get it. But your grandmother wasn't a star.
Your
grandmother was your grandmother.
Right.
But bitch, when you are a star, there are things. No, I'm just laying it down.
No. Come on.
There are things that you may have to set your foot in front of.
That is true.
There are headlines that are made out as clickbait.
That is
that
true.
You gotta be like, hey.
That is true.
Hey, that's not fucking true. That's not what the fuck I said.
That is true. That's
not true, bitch. I didn't say that.
Mm-hmm.
That's not how that happened.
That's true.
Because people purposely do clickbait shit in order to cause chaos. That is people, entities, all of that type of stuff. They do that because they like to see the volley of it.
Yeah.
They
the
like
what girl?
The volley.
As in volleyball.
Correct.
The back and forth.
They like to see
the back and forth.
Wrong, the volley. They like to see those things. And so because of that, as a star, which you will learn as yours rises, as yours rises and continues to expand, there will be things that you have to get. You have to be ahead of. You have to get ahead of.
Yeah.
And then there's some things, that you be like, girl, I'll address it when it gets a little bit bigger. But then by the time it got so big, you're like, oh my God.
But I see, here's the thing. And I receive all of that. And I hear all of that. I just hope that I have the discipline of a Beyonce. When I say that lady don't address nothing and nobody.
But here's the thing. Beyonce addresses everything.
She does in her art.
Correct. But
she does.
But Beyonce's art is music. That's right. Our art is social media.
That's right.
So I don't need nobody. So we can't listen, you can't compare apples to oranges.
Yeah.
Beyonce addresses everything.
Yeah.
Again, let me say this clearly so that people that tell me about addressing people, Beyonce addresses everything. And she addresses it in her art. She's going to make money from it. She addresses every single thing that people say about her. She addressed the Illuminati shit, in her lyrics. She addressed everything. She addressed it in her movie. about them bullying Blue Ivy. She addressed all of it. She addressed everything.
Mhm.
So she does address every motherfucking thing in her art.
Mhm.
This right here is our art. This right here is definitely my art. This is where people met me.
Mhm.
This is where they saw me.
Mhm.
This is where I grew to be the TS.
Yeah.
And this is why when I address a bitch, I do it right here in my art. Just like I let a motherfucking a bunch of pussy assholes know the other day, you are not allowed.
Mhm.
You're not allowed. You're not going to be built like an Idaho motherfucking spud, bitch, or a russet potato reading me.
A spud.
You are not going to be doing that. You're not allowed.
Got it.
So let's not do that. Let's say that people address things the way that they address it in their, what's the word, in the caveat? Is what you're saying?
Well, no, you were saying, I was saying that is another, that was
caveat?
that
Okay.
was the caveat when you said within your camp, when you have to address certain things when something comes out. And I was like, well, that is the caveat, because I was just speaking in general. And you said, well, no, remember, it was about coming out of her own camp.
Yes. And so you must do that. Like there are times that you have to do that because your brand sometimes is on the line. Your name is on the line, and people will hear the negative shit about you and stretch that as long as they can.
Yeah.
Without having any context clues or anything. They'll take that and they'll stretch that shit as like string cheese, bitch.
Yeah,
they will stretch that shit as long as they can. And this is like, ma'am, did you get to the root of what happened?
Yeah. Because gossip travels faster than good news.
It does. And because I have had they have tried to place many monikers on me.
Mm-hmm.
They have tried to place that I'm a racist because I have read Latinos to the ground. They have tried to say that I hate black women because I have read black women to the floor.
Mm-hmm.
They have called me transphobic because I have read transgender women to the ground. They've called me homophobic because I've read punks to the motherfucking goddamn bus out. Bitch, I'm all of those things, bitch, when you tap on my door.
Mm-hmm.
When you ring my doorbell, yes, I'm meeting you with every phobic that you can imagine.
Mm-hmm.
Again, when you ring my doorbell, I'm reading you with every phobic thing that you can think about, bitch, because I came there to slice your throat.
Mm-hmm.
That's right, ring my bell, Mo, that's it.
My bell.
I came to, bitch, you rang my doorbell. I came outside to slice your throat.
Right.
I didn't come to motherfucking give you grace and mercy and kindness.
Mm-hmm.
And definitely not in this administration.
Right.
Because this administration has given these people the unmitigated gall to assume that because their president is in the office and their president with the stroke of his motherfucking pen,
that they can't get fucked up.
that they can't get fucked up.
Now, we don't have any assets to support what I'm about to say, but what you just said reminded me of what happened over there in Ohio this past weekend. The motherfucking crackers thought they were going to intimidate those black people. I think it was in Cincinnati, Ohio. Did you see that?
Mm-mm.
Them crackers went over there with them motherfucking swastikas and bullshit. And, you know.
Oh yeah, they whooped and they took that shit and burnt it in the ground. Yes, I did see
Them
it.
black folks wasn't playing with them.
Yes.
They were not playing with them.
Yes. And here's the thing. I want you people to know that there's a difference between being crackers and white people.
Correct.
There's a difference between being niggers, ER with hard E, hard R, hard S, plural, niggers.
Yes. Correct.
You need to know that, you know? And so I just feel like that it's no DEI over here.
Right.
Bitch, bitch, if you want this work, I employ everybody. You come put an application over here with the TS, I'm going to give you that job that you're looking for. You can be a black woman, a white woman, a black man, a white man. You can be a homosexual, a transsexual. You can be non-binary, gender non-conforming, gender fluid. You can be a man, woman, and or a child. Or you can bring your pets. I'll employ them too, bitch. I'll give them that work too.